Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something really interesting, a Mayan astrological chart. It was shared with us, prepared for someone called Soul Traveler.
That's right. And our job really is to unpack it. We got this interpretation done May 4th, 2025 by someone named Zoran the Wise.
Zoran the Wise, okay. And it's for Soul Traveler, born September 14th, 1990, 7:06 a.m. New York.
Yep. So based just on this interpretation from Zoran, we're going to explore the main themes, maybe the potential life path indicated.
Sounds good. So where do we start? Zoran flags the Mayan sign first, 9 IK, that's wind, right?
Exactly. Einkek, or wind. Instantly you think movement, breath, spirit. It's very dynamic.
Communication, too, it says here. Inspiration, change. It's a lot packed into one sign.
It is. In the Mayan system, each sign carries these core energies, and Eink is definitely about flow, not stillness.
Okay, and then the number 9. Zoran says it amplifies the wind energy. What does that mean, practically speaking? Like stronger wind.
Yeah, stronger, but also maybe more focused. The number 9 brings this sense of completion, culmination. So it's not just random gusts, you know?
Ah, okay. So powerful, transformative, but maybe with a direction?
Possibly. It suggests the energy builds, like it's drawing on the lessons of the numbers before it, 1 through 8. So 9 is kind of a peak, a point of integration before something new.
Integration, right. The interpretation mentions a restless spirit and needing intellectual, spiritual stimulation. That fits with the wind idea, doesn't it? Always moving.
Absolutely. Someone with strong ick energy, especially amplified by 9, likely wouldn't be content with just routine or the same old thing. They need new ideas, new experiences.
Keeps them moving mentally and maybe spiritually too.
That's the idea. The mind needs to explore like the wind.
Okay, so we have Ike, the wind, amplified by 9, suggesting powerful, purposeful movement and maybe a culminating energy. Then there's the galactic tone, it's also 9, and a red.
Yes, the galactic tone adds another layer. Tone 9, and specifically the red aspect here, emphasizes maturation, completion again, and fulfillment.
So double completion. Or does it add something different?
It adds depth, I think. It reinforces that sense of reaching a meaningful point, not just ending a cycle, but ending it with understanding, with something gained.
Like learning the lesson before moving on.
Exactly. Zoran's text says it emphasizes meaningful change from conscious integration, not just change for its own sake, purposeful change.
Okay, that makes sense. Like the wind carrying seeds to the right place, not just scattering them everywhere.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, Zoran does mention the Tzolk'in calendar.
Right, and the personal day count, but it says calculating that is beyond this specific interpretation.
Yeah, and those are pretty important for a full picture. The
Right.
Tzolk'in is this intricate 260-day cycle. Think of it like 20-day signs interacting with 13 tones.
Wow, okay.
Knowing Soul Traveler's exact spot on that wheel at birth gives you a much more detailed energy blueprint. It connects them to the whole Mayan cosmological rhythm,
So it's like knowing their unique frequency within that system.
pretty much. And the personal day count. That tells you where they are now in that 260-day cycle. Each day has its own energy, its own flavor.
Ah, so it would show the specific influences or maybe challenges they're facing currently.
Exactly. So yeah, Zoran gives us the big picture with 9IK, tone 9, but those calculations would add a lot more nuance. Still, we have a lot to work with here.
Definitely. Let's talk strength. Adaptability comes up first. Makes sense for wind, right? Being flexible.
Very much so. Flowing with change rather than fighting it. A natural resilience.
A huge plus in, well, life and communication skills. Also linked to wind.
Yes, wind relates to breath, spirit, getting ideas out there. So likely strong communicators, maybe good writers, speakers, or just really engaging conversationalists.
People who can connect and, it says, inspire others.
That fits. Then there's creativity. The Eigak energy, that flow of ideas, combined with the drive of the number 9.
Could lead to innovative thinking, finding new solutions.
Yeah, a strong creative impulse. Could be artistic, could be problem solving, just seeing things differently.
And finally, spiritual insight. Wind having that connection to spirit, breath.
Right. Suggest a natural leaning towards introspection, maybe intuition, a curiosity about the deeper stuff.
Sounds like a powerful combination of traits. But of course, there are potential challenges too. Restlessness is mentioned.
The flip side of constant movement. It might be hard to stay focused, to settle on one thing for too long, always needing the next thing.
That could lead to impulsivity, another challenge listed, acting quickly on all those flowing ideas.
Potentially. Thinking fast, acting fast, maybe sometimes too fast, without fully considering consequences, like a sudden gust.
And having so many ideas. That can be overwhelming, right? Feeling scattered.
Oh, absolutely. Too many mental tabs open, like you said earlier.
Hmm.
Hard to know where to focus, feeling pulled in different directions.
I can relate to that sometimes. And lastly, a fear of stagnation. If you need constant change, routine must feel like a cage.
Exactly. Predictability can feel really limiting, even suffocating, for someone with this strong wind energy. They thrive on the new.
So, putting the strengths and challenges together, what does Zoran suggest about Soul Traveler's life purpose?
It seems geared towards inspiring and guiding others,
Right.
especially through change. Using those communication skills, that creative energy, maybe the spiritual insight,
To help people navigate transformations.
that seems to be the core idea.
Mm.
Roles like teaching, writing, counseling, coaching, anything involving communication, creativity, and helping people grow or shift perspective.
So, a big part of their own journey might be learning to channel all that wind energy constructively.
Definitely. Finding focus, grounding that restlessness, learning to navigate those intense periods of change themselves. It's about harnessing the power, not being swept away by it.
Finding balance between the movement and needing some stillness, too.
That's often the key with strong elemental energies. How does this all connect back to the bigger Mayan cosmology picture?
Well, even without the precise Solker calculations, the Ike energy itself really mirrors the Mayan view of the universe, doesn't it? Everything is cyclical, always in motion.
Right. Life is constant flow, transformation, renewal. Embracing change is fundamental, not just a personal trait here.
And the Tone 9 emphasis on completion fits that perfectly. Endings leading to new beginnings, it's all part of the cosmic dance.
Well put. So, wrapping up Zoran's interpretation, it paints Soul Traveler as this really dynamic person. Lots of creativity, communication potential, spiritual depth.
But with the challenge of managing that intense, restless energy, harnessing the wind is key.
Precisely. And while a deeper dive with more calculations would add detail, this gives a really fascinating starting point, a glimpse into their potential path.
It really does. This whole exploration of 9IK, Tone 9 Red, it's been quite the journey into Mayan astrology for Soul Traveler.
We've seen this interplay of dynamic energy, the drive for completion, the potential for inspiring communication and creativity.
And those challenges too, the restlessness, the potential to feel scattered. It's a complex, powerful mix.
It is, and it makes you think, doesn't it? How these core ideas, movement, breath, change, completion, resonate in our own lives.
Mhm.
Maybe you, listening, recognize some of that wind energy or that need for meaningful completion.
Yeah, even without knowing our specific Mayan sign, exploring these ancient systems offers such a different perspective on personal journeys, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It connects us to these larger cycles, reminds us that change and transformation are just part of being here. A great reminder, I think.